Forward Momentum is a Doki Doki Literature Club fan mod that is not affiliated with Team Salvato, obviously. While completely different, I would recommend completing the original game's story for a much better experience. This is your final chance to back out, so you better think seriously about if you want to continue. Game files for Doki Doki Literature Club are required to play this mod and can be downloaded for free at that place. But you already figured that out, so I don't know why the template feels the need to tell you. Oh right, lawsuits, whatever. By playing Forward Momentum, you agree that you have completed Doki Doki Literature Club and accept any spoilers contained within. Well, now that you mention it, I'm actually kind of curious to click. It just closed. Yeah, I probably should have seen that coming. Hopefully it doesn't mess with the recording. Well, just to make sure. Looks like it's still picking up my voice okay. Look who decided to crawl back here. Get tired of staring at nothing all day? So, are you ready to agree to our terms? By playing Forward Momentum, you agree if completed. Hey, wait, there's only one choice. Well, now, how am I not going to click this the second time? One final question, if you don't mind. By playing Forward Momentum, you not only agree you have completed DDLC, but also that you shall accept the role given to you. Don't be worried if you feel as if you've been assigned to the wrong post. This is a common symptom. It will pass in time. Do you accept this? I guess we have to accept it. And so the contract is signed. So, it's Hallie. Welcome to Forward Momentum. Nostalgia is always doomed and dooming. So, this is a mod that I have seen before. I've watched Afro-Zero play through what exists of it so far. But it's also a mod I quite enjoy. And Bug, the mod's developer, was curious to hear my thoughts on it. So I was like, sure dude, I'll cover it. And we'll write a review about it and all that fun stuff. So let's just hop on in. We don't actually get to name ourselves, because we're not ourselves. It's another completely normal day of walking to school. One of those kind of days where the clouds have dissipated, allowing the sun to shine brightly, while a slight breeze tickles your neck. I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell dissipated. The morning birds chirp happily as the increasing chatter of voices surrounds me. These are the perfect kind of days, completely normal. I hate this. And those kinds are the absolute worst. Everyone else looks all happy and cheery. Couples glued to each other's side. Friends talking about how their breaks went. Girls discussing that bitch Wendy. And that one kid playing music obnoxiously loud through his wireless stereo. These kinds of days would seem to be nice, quiet little slices of life. But the people around me always manage to sour my mood whenever I see them. I just want to go home. Over and over I repeat these words to myself, hoping for some divine intervention. Like a hurricane that blows over, destroying the school for months, resulting in the cancellation of the school year. Or at least one that'll kill me. After weeks of doing nothing in particular, I was less than prepared to wake up before the crack of dawn and deal with people like this. But despite my intense opposition, I still got up, got dressed, and made the effort to make it to school early. Somehow, dealing with these people is a whole lot better than staying home. The very thought depresses the hell out of me, though. Most days I'd wake up at noon, watch videos online, then eat and sleep. It was a nice life, but insanely boring after the first week. By week 3, I felt like a mindless machine, simply doing the same thing over and over again.
Hey!
A cheery voice calls from behind me, routing out the last bit of sleepiness from my mind. It's then that I remember that there's always one thing to take my mind off of all the misery. Turning around, I raise my hand and shout back to the source of the voice. Yo, Sayori! The two of us running towards each other quickly closes the distance between us, and the moment she's within range, I place a hand on her shoulder.
Oh! Someone seems excited to see me.
Of course I am. Without you here, I'd have to deal with these people alone. Sayori removes herself from my grasp and attempts to catch her breath. While I might have made it sound like I was alone in this cesspool, that isn't completely true. I've known this girl for as long as I can remember, and she's been the one highlight in my life as of late. We've known each other so long, it's easier to think of times when Sayori wasn't around.
Well, I'm glad to see you too. It feels like it's been forever since I've seen you dressed in more than a gray shirt and shorts.
Sayori smiles sweetly and the two of us resume the walk to school.
But how come you never let me come over?
I already told you over the phone. I couldn't let you in.
What does that even mean? Why can't you?
I mean literally. I can't let you in. The front door is completely blocked by trash bags and boxes.
What? How did you get out then?
I jumped through the window.
Why didn't you just remove the boxes?
I turn away from Sayori and halt my walking, slightly in embarrassment and slightly for dramatic effect. I saw a mouse in the pile. Sayori stares at me for a while, before slowly placing her hand on my shoulder and staring me dead in the eye.
You're a lot stronger than I.
I place my hand on top of hers gently and smile back. If only that were true. The two of us nod in sync, having just shared an intimate moment of understanding with each other. With that tender moment behind us, we resume the tedious walk to school. The stroll isn't eventful, mostly consisting of small talk as the two of us try to pass the time. Nothing of note comes up until we reach the front gate of the school and Sayori turns to me.
Weird to think we're already 2 years away from graduation, huh?
Oh yeah, we are. I hadn't even thought of that.
You said that last year too. It's like you never pay attention to what's going on around you.
You're one to talk. The last time we hung out, you ran into your door and apologized to it.
That's different. I was just lost in thought. But you hardly even know what day it is. For your birthday, I had to constantly remind you what age you were. If you aren't more attentive, high school's gonna pass you by in a flash. I haven't even seen you talk to anyone but me in years.
Slightly offended, I quickly attempt to counter her accusation. What are you talking about? I talk to people all the time. Sayori looks genuinely surprised at my declaration, but her expression drops the moment I continue. Online. She's got me there. Even online, I only talk to strangers over forums, and I wouldn't exactly call those the most pleasant exchanges. Sayori looks like she anticipated that answer and gives a smile of pity.
Well, I guess that is talking, but you should try to talk to people in real life, too. I couldn't bear the idea of you becoming a shut-in with no people skills. Then, one day, I turn on the TV to see the police have raided your home because of...
I interrupt her the moment the scenario turns sour and people begin to stare. Oi! Why don't you shut up before someone gets the wrong idea? Also, what the hell kind of opinion do you have of me? Giggling, clearly satisfied with herself, she begins to speed up and run ahead of me.
I'm just saying, you should try to make some new friends. It'll be nice to have someone else besides me to talk to, right?
I guess so, but... I look over to both sides of myself, quickly taking a survey of the kinds of people around me. Some kids smoking pot behind the walls on the right, and to my left... I'm telling you, his dick was like this. These people are the worst. In that instance, I realized I may have spoken my mind a bit too freely. All the surrounding groups are looking and glaring in the direction of my voice. No one seems too sure that it was me who blurted that out. Sayori and I throw our heads to the ground and cover our faces with our hands, hurriedly rushing inside on the school's entrance before someone gets a bit too perceptive. Sayori laughs nervously while the two of us place our belongings in our lockers.
Maybe it would be better for you to practice keeping your thoughts in your head first.
Well, I can't really think of a counterpoint to that, so I just sigh and nod in agreement with her. Just as our conversation has reached an end, the school bell rings, signaling the start of classes within 10 minutes. Sayori's energy returns and she turns to me.
Oh, I've got to run.
It's continuing. No.
We can discuss fixing your lonely list later. See ya.
With a smile and an embarrassingly exaggerated wave, she says goodbye before running down the right corridor. I throw a little gesture her way, then turn into the corridor opposite of her, and shuffle my way through the groups of students to my class. Wow, that girl is like way too energetic for this early in the morning. Right? What is she so happy about? It's the first day back. Did you hear about that one quiet chick from our physics class? Oh my god, he's been spreading shit about me all break. It's starting to piss me off. Dude, stop speaking. I've got a major headache from last night.
You see the hips on her? Like, damn.
The people here only continue to surprise me with their lack of shame. It seems each and every year they get worse and worse. I suppose that's being a teenager, but it comes off more as annoying than charming. Oh, definitely. Maybe I should just buy some earbuds and drown them out. Reaching into my pocket, I pull out a sheet of paper listing all the classes I have this year. First period is... all the way at the end of the corridor, which means walking through more people. Great. Opening the door to my first period, I see that most people have already gotten back into their old groups, and the teacher is still absent. Thankfully, the seats in the back haven't been claimed by anyone, so I hurriedly rush over and place myself in the one furthest back. The groups nearby notices my anxious sprint and briefly talk about me before returning to their prior conversation. Like I was saying, you remember that like borderline autistic chick in January last year? Pulling out my phone, I distract myself by scrolling through various social media sites mindlessly. Friends, huh? I take the time to think back on what Sayori said. It's not like I've never had friends before. There used to be a smaller group back when I was 12 or so, but since then I've mostly kept to myself. Minus Sayori, my friend count is non-existent. You should have seen her last night. She was fucking hammered. She kept going up to people and asking them if they liked her bra. But with these people as the candidates, I'm perfectly fine being alone these last 2 years. The bell snaps me out of my funk, and the teacher walks through the door, signaling the start of class. I tuck away my phone and to begin another boring school day. The teacher begins to drone on and on, reading the class syllabus line by line. To my left, people are murmuring to each other. There's no way someone like her is a complete slut. I mean, come on. Well, obviously, but I doubt she's the kind of girl that do it for money. She probably just does it because it's fun. Know anyone with her number? Like she'd fuck your sorry ass. So girls like that really exist, huh? It's not too surprising. This school may be acclaimed, but it's still a high school at the end of the day. One with some especially rich families, too, which means stuff like this is even more likely. Rumors get spread around fast here. It's somewhat of a miracle I've managed to keep myself out of any drama. At least I've managed to keep my name out of it. Dots. The final bell of the day rings, and the teacher rapidly attempts to finish his speech before all the students rush out of the room. Just remember to have a notebook for this Friday, alright? Everyone around me had already packed up their belongings minutes before the final bell, and most have pushed their way into the main hallway. Meanwhile, I just sit slumped over my desk, staring blankly at my phone. Tonight is No, that was yesterday. I mumbled to myself, trying to recall tonight's plans. Meanwhile, a certain girl sneaks up on me.
Gotcha!
Ah! The organization finally tracked me down! I knew I should have used all those VPN discount codes. That's right. I feign terror and flail around pathetically.
That's right! And I won't let you free until you buy me some chips from the vending machine!
Downright dastardly! I won't falter, even to you and your shadow government friends!
Then I'll just...
Sayori's grip around me or my neck tightens, and I can feel the blood flow to my brain slowly halt. I need a retaliation! Summoning all my inner strength, I say, you know, this isn't so bad. For a secret underground organization that controls the world's politics, they sure have some squishy hitmen.
What?
Sayori immediately drops her hold and backs away from me. I win.
Hey, you were just teasing me!
Obviously, you think I'm that depraved?
I'm not giving up until I've gotten those chips!
Then I'm not giving up till I get a feel.
Never mind, you ruined my appetite.
I cheer to myself. This way of dealing with Sayori might not be very dignified, but it's effective. It's a good thing I'm so amazing at acting like a creep.
Yeah, acting.
Wait, he didn't say that out loud, did he? No, he thought that to himself. Wait, what? Huh? Was I talking out loud again?
Only a little bit. Come on, let's go home already since you ruined my snack time.
She pouts a little saying that last bit, desperately trying to get me to change my stance, but I must remain firm. Oh, don't be dramatic. You'll make me feel bad.
Will you buy me chips then?
Tell you what, I'll buy you chips when you pay back all the money I've spent on buying you dessert whenever I order pizza.
What? That's unfair. You know I love cinnamon sticks. I can't possibly ever repay all that.
It can't be that much. It's not like you've ever stolen my card info to buy sweets, right?
That was one time, and I was very hungry. You can't hold it against me forever.
I don't know, I'm quite petty. She turns away from me huffily and crosses her arms, making an exaggerated pouting sound. After chuckling to myself, I decide to lighten up on her. Come on, you know I'm not actually mad at you. It's nearly impossible when you have those puppy eyes. Sayori doesn't seem convinced, only responding with another overdramatic huff. Though it's only around 10 seconds before something else catches her attention. In front of us, a girl is walking out of the faculty office holding various pieces of paper. Sayori immediately returns to normal and tries to wave down her attention.
Hey, Monica!
As the girl turns her face towards us, I realize who she is. Oh god, it's her. Monica. Everyone knows Monica. It's impossible to go more than 5 minutes in this school and not hear her name. She's probably the most popular girl in school, the queen of the social hierarchy. A ton of guys here would pay just to hold hands with her. As Sayori walks over to her, she glances over at me and we make brief eye contact. For some reason, I instinctively correct my posture and send a smile her way. Around girls like her, it's impossible not to be on your best behavior.
Hey, Sayori. I didn't expect to see anyone I knew here this late. Well, I had to go grab this guy here. What are you doing here, though? Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Monica shuffles through her handful of papers before pulling out a sheet and handing it to Sayori. It's labeled Club Application, and beneath it are various blanks and spaces for information to be filled out. Sayori quickly glances through before turning back to Monica.
Monica, you're forming a club? Well, I'm thinking of forming one, but... That sounds amazing! What kind of club are you making? Aha! It's a secret.
Sayori pouts, but I get the feeling she's a lot more willing to let this incident slide. Monica lets out a small giggle at seeing Sayori's childish attitude.
I just got through talking with some of the staff members about what the requirements are. As it turns out, there's a lot more involved than I thought there would be. You need permission from a teacher for a room, then you need to request time slots, and...
Sounds like they want to deter people from making too many.
That might be the case. It'd definitely scare off anyone who wasn't serious. Even I'm not entirely sure about the idea anymore. Wait, I thought you were already in a club, though. Yeah, I used to be in the debate club, but near the end of the year, the president and I
start to tune out the two of them out as I begin to look over Monica. It's the first time the two of us have ever been in a conversation. She really is your stereotypical popular girl. Thin, beautiful, intelligent. I suppose that's why every guy in the school wants to get with her. I've even heard of a few girls trying to make a pass at her. But all those things just put me on edge more. It's an unwritten rule that the prettier someone is, the more dangerous they are. I hope those two hurry up with their discussion.
You sound really passionate about it, Monica. No wonder you want to make a club. I suppose I have thought over it a lot, but like I said, the workload seems to be too much for me. I have other responsibilities after all. Then why don't you get someone to help you out? It's not like you need to do it all alone. I hadn't considered that. Do you think you'd be willing to help? We can split up the work.
The proposition perks Sayori up immediately, and I watch as the flame of excitement sparks in her eyes.
I'd love to! Making a club sounds like a lot of fun! Oh!
Sayori's expression shifts to that of realization, and I feel a cold chill go down my spine.
And he can help too!
I place my hand on Sayori's shoulder to keep her from making promises she can't keep. Can you excuse the two of us for a second? I pull my loose-lipped friend aside. Sorry, but can you play back what you were about to promise her?
Well, just that we can help out.
I don't recall you counting for both of our votes.
Well, it's not like you have anything better to do, right? So why wouldn't you offer to help Monica out? Didn't you say you wanted to make new friends?
Okay, first, you didn't need to attack me like that, and second, no, I didn't. You were the one who said I needed to make new ones.
But if there's a perfect chance right in front of you, why wouldn't you take it?
I don't know about perfect. Girls like her are... just look at her. That sultry look, that hourglass figure, those thighs, she's clearly a succubus. There were more words there.
Why is it always the thighs? You do realize I can hear you, right?
Ignoring Monica. See, supernatural hearing, case closed, she's a demon.
She probably heard you because you're yelling thighs super loud.
Jokes aside, I don't want to help her out. I'm getting a bad feeling from her, plus it'd cut into my free time.
You're just being silly. You'd still have plenty of time to spend online. Come on, please. Monica's my friend and it'd mean a lot to me if you could help me by helping her out.
Ugh. Something tells me I'll regret this, but I know I'll regret not accepting even more. Fine. Sayori smiles so bright it could pierce even the deepest, darkest corner of hell, and quickly turns around to tell Monica the good news. It's not like I have to actually join the club, I guess. I just have to help form it. I sigh and resign myself to this new life of mine. Hey Maud, unfortunately by Bug. Quality controlled by Cam, Michael, a drunk, and a duck. Special thanks to Zero, Moni, May, Crow, Jeezy, and Cecilia. Most special thanks, my destroyed sleep schedule. Forward momentum. But that's only part 1 of however many are currently available. I'm pretty sure the demo I downloaded has them all.